Foil baler is just a picking station, really, just picking out any contaminants. Worst contaminants within foil are plastic foils, cat food wrappers, coffee wrappers, pill packets, things like that that you don't want in there. So again, you've just got a ladder, a hopper, so the bags of foil will be tipped into the hopper, sent up the conveyor belt. There'll be a guy in the picking station filling out anything that I've described, and then the rest of the foil is just ejected from there, really. The reason we keep the tin foil and the aluminium foil separate is because the tin foil is a lower grade. It's worth about £4.50 a tonne at the moment, whereas the aluminium can be about £7.50 a tonne. Those pallets, probably about a tonne on a pallet.
Does that price fluctuate a lot? Has the metal prices
It's funny actually, they're going down steadily at the moment.
Because other metals are going up, aren't they?
They were, well, aluminium was about 1100 only sort of 18 months ago, and it has unfortunately dropped at the moment.
Is that to increase recycling?
Sorry?
Is that due to increase recycling?
I'm not sure, to be fair.
I think it's more to do with commodity markets sort of worldwide, and that's heavily influenced by what China's buying, really, the sort of largest consumer at the moment. So if they decide they need copper, the price around the world zooms up, and if they stop buying it, the price drops.
So it's the demand more than the supply of bauxite.
Yeah, and that's right. Nearly all these materials, the valuable materials, are all quoted on commodities market, and all the merchants sort of take that as a guideline. There'll be a little bit of fluctuation between merchants as they're sort of bickering on who's going to get the stocks, but generally it's a commodity line.
Generally, I mean, the last 2 years the price has steadily been dropping. It hasn't risen for a long time.
Yeah. Just to mention, that's all aluminium up there. That's stored inside because it's got to be a very pure product for them to buy it. They don't like much in the way of contamination in aluminium because they're paying so much money for it.
Paying for weight in water.
That's right. They don't want it outside because when it rains, you can imagine all the little nooks and crannies in a pallet like that fill up with rainwater, and they're paying, what, £1,000 a tonne or whatever it is. They don't like that. But it alters the temperature in the furnace as well, but that's why that's kept in. Also, there's a lot of organised crime getting involved, and stuff like this becomes nickable now, and it's crazy what they are nicking because of the values of materials. So it's kept under lock and key as well.
How many people do you employ?
We're
Just under 40, isn't it?
just under 40. It's a bit difficult because we work with a lot of volunteers. So I've mentioned the learning disabled volunteers already. We've got several retired people who do some voluntary work for us, a single parent who's getting back into work, and a retired woman who comes in and helps. So we've got, it's quite a mixture. So, but yeah, about 40 honours books. We mainly deal in polythene and HDPE high density stuff, milk bottles and plastic bags. Some of this comes in off at trade rounds, some is just plain plastic bags. It all goes to the same company, is it Leicester? Eurokey in Leicester. They're really good because they'll take mixed loads and they'll process it at their end. So it's really good for our storage to work like that. So that's all going to go off and be reprocessed into more polythene. That can keep going and keep going.
They come down the footmark, carry bag loads there, tin foil, batteries, fluorescent tubes in the black box, and textiles over there. The rest of it is just storage space, really. 10 black loads, 265 kilos each. So the demand for those isn't that great. It takes about a year to accumulate enough to fill up a garden table, which is about 68 bags. So they circulate very quickly, which is why they're extracted them that way. The other plastics, we got the HDPE behind you. There was a big pile of polythene here which has just gone to the void. And to the right hand side of the milk bottles we've got the carrier bags. That's the main three grade plastics that we collect. The main sorting plant there, I'll explain a bit more about that when we walk past it again. I'll just explain a bit. Confidential.
I've just covered textiles.
Textiles, about £175 a tonne at the moment. They're sold to a company called MJ Barrows in Yeovil. Now, what we do, we just do a primary sort. We take out anything soiled, any pillows, any duvets, any old work clothes, anything unusable. We take all clothes, all shoes that are wearable. We do a basic sort just to separate the shoes from the clothes. They then go up to Yeovil, get separated straight onto the back of an Arctic, and they will go off in the third world countries. So it also creates jobs over there. They do a further sort from the different materials. So it's quite a nice idea. And then the clothes get distributed, to say, within third world countries around Asia, wherever there's